is off-page SEO, aka backlinks. Now, backlinks are super important for a website because these are your fuel. If you think of SEO as a car, your on-page, your keyword, your content on your website are the actual vehicle, the wheels, the steering wheel, the engine of your website. It needs fuel, and backlinks are the gas. They're the thing that's going to drive your website to where it needs to go. Now, a lot of the keywords that are really low difficulty and no competition, you don't necessarily need any fuel to get there. You're already in the right place. You'll rank really easily. But if there's more competition out there, or you need the foundation of the website to be ranked on Google and build trust to just get any traffic, then you need to build links. And this can come in many different forms. You can use earned media. You could buy backlinks, you could write guest posts on other websites, but essentially we need other websites to be recommending our website as a trustworthy source of information. Now let's go look at what SendFox are doing in this respect. So we can actually go and analyze SendFox's backlink and trust of its website. It doesn't look like they do a lot of SEO. So it'll be interesting to see if they've got any authority and trust around the web. So you can see here in SEMrush, this is an SEO tool. You can see they've got an authority score of 33. That's pretty decent, probably above average for most websites, although it's not the most authoritative thing out there. The higher an authority score, 1 to 100, generally speaking, the more trustworthy and easier it is to rank a website. These numbers can be manipulated because they're just scores from exterior tools. It's not an official Google metric in here. The more quality relevant backlinks a site has, the more trustworthy it is, the more authoritative it is, and the easier it will be to rank content. So if you've got particularly difficult search terms you want to rank, then you need to build backlinks for them. Now, interestingly with SendFox is they've got a lot of links and they've got a lot of really high quality backlinks. You can see that some of the biggest websites in the world, Apple, GitHub, Wikipedia, Yahoo, podcasting sites, Patreon, Substack, all these sort of creator sites as well are linking to them, which is great relevant authority and all sorts of other things. Now, this is interesting because they come from a lot of the users' pages. They're not necessarily to the homepage of the website. You'll be able to see iHeart.com, for example. You can see they're pointing at random pages on the site that are landing pages that customers have created. So /LP, you can see in the top here, is a landing page created by a user to convert people onto their email list. So this is quite a sneaky little tactic that has appeared for SendFox to build their domain authority, and other people are doing the link building for them, basically. So we might actually not need to do a lot of link building initially because they've got some initial domain authority. But in the long term, if we're struggling to rank for stuff, we might want to start reaching out to other websites to allow us to write content on them and get links back to ours, doing partnerships with other websites to get links between different businesses to our website, or using something like HARO Help a Reporter Out, which is a sort of service where journalists request sources and quotes for their stories. There's a few of these sites. There's like featured.com as well, which you can use. And it's journalists looking for sources. You can reply to them with your expert comment. And if you get mentioned in their article, they'll often link back to your website. This is a great source of free links as well. Or you could resort to plain old buying them from other websites. Now, if you are looking at what's a good link and what's not a good link, then there are some key factors that you need to understand. And I've got this little backlink evaluation checklist that can tell you whether a link you want to acquire or that you have acquired is actually good. And you just go through and you say, does it have topical relevance? Is this website linking to my website? Is it relevant to my industry? Yes or no? We want things to be relevant. Does the website have topical relevance, or does the page linking to you have topical relevance? Even if the maybe website overall is slightly outside of your industry, but the page we're talking about or the context of the article is relevant to what you do, then that still qualifies as good relevance. What is the domain authority, domain ranking? We just discussed that on SendFox and all the other ones. You know, you can see these authority scores, domain scores here are 100. These are really high, trustworthy, authoritative domains. That's great. You want as much authority as possible. Best scenario is high relevance and high authority. Those are the perfect backlinks to get. But there's some other factors as well to check, because some websites spoof their domain metrics in these tools. So you also want to check is like, does a page or a website have organic traffic? Is this a real high quality website that drives organic traffic from Google? There's no better signal that this is a quality website than if Google actually drives traffic to it already. That's a great signal. We can look at traffic trends. Was the site previously really high quality or have high rankings, but it's been hit by a Google penalty because it's fallen off a cliff. That's getting really into the weeds of this stuff. Now, one little trick that I like to use that might be useful for SendFox here is actually going into SEMrush and looking at this indexed pages bit in the backlink analytics, because this is going to give us some insight as to not just which pages that are indexed by Google and have the most links. You can see here the top linked pages that are going to have the most authority and most SEO juice around the web that we can harness. We've also got this button, broken pages. Broken pages are pages on this website that have been taken offline, but they have backlinks pointing to them. And you're kind of wasting that authority and that SEO juice, because when Google crawls through that link, it just hits a dead page on our website. So we might be able to do something a little clever and actually find pages on SendFox that are offline and not being used by creators anymore, and actually redirect them, 301 redirect them to other relevant pages on our website. For example, this sendfox.com autocomplete marketing used to be a page created for a landing page for a particular user of the platform. They're clearly no longer using it anymore. We could round this up and say, like, forward it to our page about agency marketing, for example, to push that backlink juice through the website better. That